Welcome back to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Has been a while since we had replays. This is very late coverage of round 4 out of 5 of this World Prototype Sprint Championship with the Ferrari 333 SP. This round comes from Road America. By this time you probably have seen the replay of race 1 of round 4, and this is race 2. Race 1 of course won by Samanao, and then what a race it was, with a big battle at the front, and we hope to see it again here in race 2. We only have 8 drivers in this race, and pole position is for, who is that? Diogo Silva in pole position, followed by Darren Head, followed by Simon Allen, Scott Davely, Kev Allen, Gonçalo Mota, Jambu, and David Emge. We replace quantity with extremely high quality in this field, as multiple drivers here can realistically win this race. They're all a bit packed at the start. Let's hope that won't create too much of a problem as we now wait for the green light. And look at this, look at oh, Darren Head was moving before the green light. Hopefully he did not get a drive-through penalty, but they are side by side into turn 1, and this is the result of pretty much a side-by-side start. And Darren Head is on the inside. He's sure he's going to get the lead. No, he does not, because Diogo Silva takes the line and is the leader of this race, followed by Darren Head and Simon Allen, with Scott Devley in 4th place. 5th is Kev Allen, then Gonçalo Mota, Jambu, and David Emge. They all managed to avoid one another, and Darren Head is getting into the slipstream of Diogo Silva. This is for the lead of the race. Diogo Silva is trying to go defensive. This is lap 1 out of 11. It's a pretty long lap here at Road America, but Darren Head wants that lead. The lead that he almost got at the start, and he's going to get it in turn 3 on the inside line. Can Diogo Silva get back at him? Yes, he can, and a little bit of pushing there by Diogo Silva, as Darren Head lost a bit of momentum in this race, and we are now we can see that we do not have a leaderboard again in this game. It's becoming very annoying. Fortunately, we only have 8 drivers here, but we might miss some of the action. Darren Head is your leader. That number 30 car has had the perfect opening lap, as we see a battle there between Simon Allen and Scott Devley for 3rd place, sorry. Through the carousel they go for the first time. Kev Allen is in 5th spot. Now Kev Allen is not in 5th spot. Kev Allen has lost time, and we will rewind and see what happened with Kev Allen, because I have a suspicion that someone else might be involved in this. Again, because of the lack of leaderboard, we may not be able to fully capture all the action in this race. Well, it seems to be pretty much earlier in the lap, as it was before turn 3, so probably it was either in turn 2 or turn 1, and it seems to me it was in turn 1, so we completely missed Kev Allen going into the grass. In fact, he hit something solid, and this was the result of going side by side. That is I think Gonçalo Mota, and Gonçalo Mota hits the back of another car. But first, we will not say it's Gonçalo Mota without fully understanding whether we are correct or not, but we are correct. So let's have a look at the replay here. Gonçalo Mota in 6th place, and he is going to brake later, but a little bit too late. Hits Scott Davely, gets offline, and Kev Allen is the driver that ends up in the gravel. So we have Kev Allen pretty much delayed in this race, and he's multiple seconds down, as we see David Emge in 7th place. That is Jambo in 6th place, Gonçalo Mota in 5th, and we haven't seen this, but Simon Allen went, no, sorry, I apologize, this is Scott Devlin in 4th place, and there's another driver in 5th, that is Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota is in 5th place, yes, he is. Then is Jambo, then is David Emge, and Kev Allen is the driver that has been delayed by that incident of the opening lap. He is at least maybe 5 to 7 seconds behind David, and he's almost lost it in there again. So plenty of work for Kev Allen to do in this race. He's trying very hard, but let's go back to the lead of the race, as Darren Head is going through the carousel for the first time, followed by Diogo Silva, followed by Simon Allen and Scott David, the 4 drivers that battled for the win in race 1, now doing the same in race 2, but there's still plenty to go in this race. And then the car in 5th spot, the yellow car, is Gonçalo Mota under pressure from Jumbo, battle for 5th place here. Jumbo with that number 18 is already putting pressure on Gonçalo Mota, but they are pretty much nose to tail from 1st to almost 7th. No, sorry, that's David Demge that is putting Gonçalo Mota under pressure, not Jumbo. Jumbo has actually overtaken Gonçalo Mota. I apologize, it's quite difficult to follow the race without the leaderboard, but Darren Head is the leader, there is no doubt about that. That yellow car of Diogo Silva in 2nd place, 37 now, and 4th is Scott Davley, 5th is I believe Jumbo. Let's look at that battle here. 12, the car is Jumbo in 5th spot, then is Gonçalo Mota, then is David Emge, the other yellow car in this race. Let's look at the leader and see what the gap is. It is extended now, more than a second there, as Darren Head is getting away from Diogo Silva, but the other drivers are pretty much nose to tail behind them as we go through turn 3 once again. And Diogo Silva actually now can see Simon Allen is closer to him than he is to Darren Head, so we might see a battle for 2nd place here very shortly. And remember, we're still on the 2nd lap out of 13. The leaderboard seems to be working with regards to lap times, so keep an eye on those lap times as we see Diogo Silva now entering the carousel area, followed by Simon Allen. Simon Allen, the championship leader, in 3rd place here, and Scott Davley actually now has Jumbo for company, and Jumbo getting very nicely up there the leaderboard in these first couple of laps. Scott Davley now taking a bit of a step back there as he loses a bit of touch to Simon Allen. Lap 2 out of 11. We can still see every driver, so we'll try to keep this in the middle of the pack so that we can see the front, and we can also see up at least to David Emge. Now we are not seeing Kev Allen on the picture, and let's see if we can find out through the lap times if he's recovering any ground, as Darren Head is going to lead the 2nd lap of this race. Let's look at the lap times and see what type of pace every driver is on. Darren Head crosses the line, that's well, much better than the last lap, obviously. 1:55.838. Diogo Silva almost the identical times, but Simon Allen is losing time. 1:56.802. Scott Davley also a little bit slower, 1:57.2, so the top 2 clearly with better pace than the rest of the field. Jumbo 1:57.0, Gonçalo Mota 1:57.8, and Kev Allen, look at that, 1:55.601. That's the fastest lap of the race for Kev Allen, and he is on a mission to try to recover a little bit of ground. In fact, he's already found the back of David Emge, so much faster than we expected. Kev Allen is back into the mix, and he's absolutely flying with that Ferrari as David Emge makes a mistake there through turn 3. Now Kev Allen is really on the back of the American driver, and how much longer can David keep Kev behind him is the question, and I suspect the answer is not much longer, as Kev Allen is really going for it now, and he's going possibly now for the inside. He's too far behind to make a move now. This is the battle for 7th spot, as Kev Allen really trying to he hits David Emge through the carousel and loses a little bit of time, so that means probably he'll have to wait a few more corners or laps, as Darren Head, the race leader, is already through Canada corner, followed by Diogo Silva in 2nd place. Simon Allen seems to be losing a bit of steam there, as he's now caught by Scott Davley. Scott in 4th spot. Let's see if it's still Jumbo that is in 5th place. Yes, it is, followed by Gonçalo Mota. And let's see what happened to David Emge. David already with his mirrors full of red of that Kev Allen car. And look at this Kev now trying very hard to get the most momentum out of the last corner, and it seems to me he's going to go for it. He's the number 12 car. I suspect we may have two number 12s in this race. Here comes Kev Allen now on the inside or the outside. We're not sure. He's going to be the outside, and he is going to brake later. No. Oh, he's done the dummy. Wow, nicely done there by Kev Allen. Up into 7th place. That was a good move there by Kev. Up next man on the road is Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo has opened a few seconds of a gap. Let's see how much time, how many laps it will take, because Kev Allen again was, well, he wasn't faster, but he was battling with another car on this lap. We'll have a better impression of Kev's pace again in the next lap. Let's go back to the race lead as Darren Head continues to be ahead of everyone. But Diogo Silva seems to be getting a little bit closer now, and tire wear is going to start becoming an issue. We are on lap 4, so not even in the middle of this race. As Darren Head now going through Canada corner. The gap to Simon Allen, again, we cannot measure the gap, but it is maybe 3 seconds is my guess, as Darren Head is going to lead lap number 4, approaching the midpoint of this race. Let's keep an eye on some possible battles, such as Simon Allen and Scott Davley. Simon seems to have opened a gap of maybe a second and a half by the looks of it. Then let's see Jumbo and Gonçalo Mota. Can we see both of them on the same screen? The answer is yes. But we saw another car back there, and that was Kev Allen, as David Emge is now in 8th spot. There he is. Look at this. Darren Head is ahead, but not by much. That number 30 is increasingly coming under pressure from Diogo Silva, the man that missed a round in Le Mans, but pretty much has been the strongest driver together with Simon Allen. So when push comes to shove and drivers start to drop results, he's going to be in a very strong position, but he does want that win. He finished 2nd in race 1, and invariably, especially in tight seasons, the title goes, the championship goes to the driver with the most wins. Pretty much a trend that we've seen, a pattern that we've seen, and Diogo Silva definitely wants that win, because Simon Allen already has a few wins as well. Darren Head already won this season as well, so pretty much is a battle, 3-4-way battle here in Road America, as it is for the championship. Simon Allen, the winner of race 1, that number 11, does not seem to have the pace, so much pace in race 2, but look at this, this is almost there. Diogo Silva thought about it in Canada corner, and Darren Head went defensive. Now on the outside is Diogo Silva, and he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it, but he's on the outside, and it's not going to work. Darren Head takes the inside line, and I suspect he's going to retain the lead, but this was a good move there by the two drivers. A little bit tense, but nevertheless it shows that at this moment it's much easier to lead this race than to be in 2nd place, as tire wear and really a lot of dirty air is very, very visible in this car. Diogo Silva is now coming. Darren Head is going defensive on the inside line, and is now Diogo Silva on the outside line. This is not going to work most likely, because Darren Head is also trying to make sure he takes the racing line. Diogo Silva takes the lead of the race. Silva takes the lead of the race. This was, or does he? Because Darren Head is continuing to get into the inside line. Diogo Silva has to give room there. He thought he had the lead. He did a good move in turn 1, but in turn 2 Darren came back at him. This is excellent racing, and guess what? This has allowed Simon Allen to join the two drivers again, and this shows that when drivers are battling, you tend to lose at least a second. Diogo Silva is now coming back at him in turn 3. He's too far behind to make a move. Lap 6 out of 11. Look at this. Darren Head has made a small mistake there. Diogo Silva thought about it, but there is not a very good spot for an overtake. Oh, look at this. Darren Head under severe pressure, and he is starting to feel that tire wear. And all of a sudden, look at this. Diogo Silva is now going on the inside line in here before the carousel. Is he going for it? No. it's still pretty difficult to overtake. But look at this, Simon Allen is right in the mix. This is a three-way battle, possibly four-way battle, because Scott Davely is not far behind. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Darren Head is hanging on to that lead by the smallest of margins, but this is critical because Diogo Silva is trying to think that Simon Owen is behind him, so he much rather lead this race right now than be in second place, because Simon Owen is absolutely coming, but he just cannot find a way around Darren Head. No, he makes a mistake now. Darren Head makes a mistake, and Diogo Silva now takes the lead for good and loses second place as well to Simon Allen, or does he? Yes, he does lose second place. We'll get a replay of this not incident really, but let's have a look at what happened to Darren Head there in Canada corner. He was under severe pressure from multiple drivers, and his tires probably not at optimal performance, and then he just is going to come into Canada corner. It's so important to get the braking point right here, and he knows he's late in his braking. He's trying not to spin the car. He manages to do so, but there goes the leader, and there goes Simon Allen in second place, and they run side by side here through the penultimate corner. Darren gives him room, but invariably he is going to have to work hard to recover that lead now. Scott Levy, by the way, is in fourth place, and he is a spectator here, but the top four, and we've seen this in the first race, but the leader is now Diogo Silva, followed by Simon Allen, followed by Darren Head, followed by Scott Davely, and they're still nose to tail. We'll have a close look at what's happening behind them. Jambo is in fifth place, Gonçalo Mota is in sixth, and the question is, where is Kev Allen? And Kev Allen has lost a lot of time. He has lost a position, he has lost his rear wing, and let's hope he has not lost his self-esteem as well, but it seems to have been a big hit somewhere, and I'm not sure if this... Oh, and David Emke seems to be involved in it too. So let's see what on earth happened here, as Kev was in front of David. He already lost a little bit of time because he had already opened the gap, but he's going through the kink. Oh, he hits the curb. He hits the wall, and then oh, David, nowhere to go really. He was trying to squeeze there, but the two drivers involved, I think this was clearly racing incident category, as no reset button used by either driver, so that's good. Kev Allen clearly conscious that he has caused the incident, so he lets David through. That's very good to see. But this has delayed these two drivers and put them firmly on the battle for seventh place, with Gonçalo Mota in sixth, and Jambo is ahead of, so he's in turn 2, and Jambo is already on the straight, so nicely done there. So let's go back to the race leader, Diogo Silva, on lap 7 out of 11. This is exactly what he wanted, because now these two drivers are left with battling between themselves, and Diogo already opened a gap of around the second. Simon Allen wants to go after him, but has to contend with Darren Head. Still, Darren trying to recover. He's definitely got the pace, and Scott Davely, by the way, has lost a little bit of time there, because he is now maybe a couple of seconds back. He's almost too far behind to make a move now for the podium, but we still have 4 laps to go at the end of this lap. But clearly Scott Davely is losing ground now. Or is he? Hang on a second. That's not... Oh no, it's Darren Head. Darren Head is the driver that has... Darren Head has fallen back behind Gonçalo Mota. I apologize, I was mixing the liveries. That Darren, of course, has no... well, has yellow, and Scott does not have yellow on his livery. And look at this, there's another driver there spinning, which... it may have been Scott Davely, so we missed quite a bit of action there, as Scott Davely spins. No, he doesn't spin. Who's that's? Oh, that's Jambo. So all sorts of things happening as Jambo spins, but we haven't seen what happened to Darren Head, and how did he lose such an enormous amount of time. So we'll go back and try to establish what on earth happened here on lap 7. Darren is off the track. Did he lose it on his own? The answer is yes, as well. Scott Davely was... Oh, look at this. We missed quite a lot of action there. In turn 1, Darren is in third place. Now Simon Allen is going to run wide, I believe. Let's have a look. Simon Allen definitely runs wide. Darren runs wide, so tire wear starts becoming a bit of a problem. And Darren, oh, Simon Allen lost it. So did Darren, but they managed to keep their cars in one piece and in the right direction. Then Scott Davley sees the opportunity. He's going on the outside of turn 2. Nice move there by Scott. But Darren had just too much acceleration. Ends up on the grass, and this was a mistake, I should say, by Darren Head. Not the one that we normally see. He's lost a lot of positions now. He's lost a position to Jumbo, and he's lost a position to Gonçalo Mota as well, so he's down into 6th place. Fortunately for him, he's going to get one back almost immediately, which is when Jumbo again on his own is going to spin here, and let's see. Oh yes, that's again a classic spin there, a classic spin, and Darren Head gets the position back. Jumbo is now down in 6th place. And he's doing a little bit of a dance for us to see, and clearly, look at this, he's clearly losing a little bit of time, and I wonder if he's going to lose a position to David Emge. And where is David? But he's nowhere to be seen. Then Gonçalo Mota is ahead of Darren Head. So now the top 3 are Diogo Silva, Simon Allen and Scott Davley. 4th is Gonçalo Mota. 5th is Darren Head. 6th is Jumbo. 7th is David Emge or Kev Allen. We do not know. Well, they're side by side here, and Kev Allen is on the inside and going up into 7th place. So that was quite timely that we switched the cameras there, just by pure coincidence, when Kev was making the move on David, I think for the 3rd time in this race in 7 laps. But let's see now what's going to happen as we now... Oh, look at this. Diogo Silva has opened a gap of around a couple of seconds. He's done a 1:56, 1:46.7 Allen. Not the best lap. He has done 1:57, 8:61. So lap 8, and now we are definitely in tire wear problem territory. And let's see who can deal with it the best. And it seems to me that Diogo Silva and possibly Scott Davley are the drivers that have the best tire management right now, as Simon Allen is starting to feel the heat of Scott for 2nd place this battle. And let's have a look at Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota did get overtaken by Darren Head. We haven't seen the overtake, but Darren is now up into 4th place. The question is, where is Darren compared to the top 3? And I have a suspicion that he's a little bit behind as he goes now through the Corvette bridge, and the other drivers are already maybe 3 corners ahead. So probably not going to happen unless Scott Davley, Simon Allen or indeed Diogo Silva make a mistake. I think the top 3 are more or less set, and Scott Davley, who I was saying has good tire management, now seems to have lost quite a lot of ground. But the clock will tell the story at the end of this lap, and let's see what type of times drivers are doing. That number 4, beautiful number 4, is leading this race, and Diogo Silva is now just 3 laps away from the win. The clock will tell the story. The drivers, top 3 at least, top 4, top 5, they're all in free air. Simon Allen almost looks he was coming into the pit lane, but the clock will say that Diogo Silva does a 1:56.100. That's a very good lap. Simon Allen a 1:57 flat, so 9/10 of a second. Scott Davley a 1:57.3 exactly. So Diogo Silva at this point seems to have the pace with the car at this moment, with the tires already pretty worn out. Darren Head, by the way, has done a 56.9, which is a good time, faster than Scott Davley, but not fast enough if he wants to challenge for a podium. It seems that Darren will have to settle for 4th. That spin definitely did not help for the driver who led the early part of this race. Lap 9 out of 11. We have 2 laps to go at the end of this one. Gonçalo Mota is losing a bit of ground. He's done a 59.757. And by the way, Kev Allen has done a 59.180, not much faster, at least not faster enough to challenge for the position, as race leader Diogo Silva is now in free air. He's on his own. He's 2 laps away from the victory. and it seems to me that is Simon Allen in that number 11 that is going to have to be worried about Scott Davely. 2 laps to go here at Road America. What a beautiful circuit this is. Every driver loves it to drive this circuit, especially with a fast car like this Ferrari 333 prototype. Simon Allen is thinking about championship here. He knows that second place is still a pretty good result. He knows he has to score more wins, but he still has got the final round, and something has happened there. As we see part of a car, part of a red car. So I wonder who that is. Possibly Darren Head or possibly Kev Allen. We shall see if Kev Allen is has any visible damage. He does not. It seems to me he's behind David Emge again. Let me just confirm that. David now through the carousel. And Kev Allen has had an incident again. Possibly it was his part that was in the middle of the track there. He's dropped to 8th place. David Emge up into 7th. And now on lap 10, seems to me that's going to be tricky for Kev to recover that 7th place. Let's go through the field. Diogo Silva is the race leader. He is checking out of Simon Allen. He's too far behind. He's done a 56.6. Simon Allen curiously has been 0.3 of a second faster this time round. So Simon picking up the pace, 156.7 for Scott Davely. Scott has been slower than both the top 2. He's still within a reasonable distance of Simon Allen, so Simon cannot afford to make any mistakes. Scott Davely, the American driver, is his home circuit, by the way, is in 3rd spot. 4th is Darren Head, and Darren has not checked out that much from Gonçalo Mota in 5th place. 6th is going to be Jumbo, I believe, and Jumbo, after that spin or double spin around here a couple of laps ago, has really lost a little bit of momentum. Although he's done a 157.0 now, he's a second faster than Gonçalo Mota. I think he's lost too much time with that incident. Then is David Emge in 7th, and David is braking a little bit late there. Let's see if we can see where 8th place man Kev Allen is and whether he is within. No, he's not. So Kev Allen really lost quite a lot of ground there. As Diogo Silva now completes lap number 10, is going to be the last lap of the race. Going to be another win for him in the World Prototype Sprint Championship, as we now approach the end of round 4, just the 5th round in Fuji, missing 2 more races to go, and it's going to go down to the wire between Diogo Silva, Simon Allen and Darren Head when it all comes at the end, with drivers dropping their worst 2 scores. Diogo Silva is going to drop 2 did not start. Simon Allen has an 8th place and a 6th place to drop. And Darren Head, I can't recall, but he will have some results to drop as well. So it's all going to be very tight at the end in this championship. Scott Davely is pretty much high up there in the standings. Of course, because he's so consistent, he will have to drop scores, invariably pretty good ones. That number 2 proving to be quite a strong competitor in this World Championship, World Prototype Sprint Championship. 2nd year running. The original one was last year with the Audi LMP 900. Championship won by Simon Allen, who is in a very good position to win it again this year. But this is going to be another Diogo Silva win. Right now dropping to Canada corner for the last time, and then a few more corners, and it will be the checkered flag of this race 2 here at Road America. Again, we saw good battles. Darren Head taking the early lead. Nice battle with Diogo Silva, allowing then Simon Allen also to get close by. But it's that yellow number 4 that did the job for the day, and Diogo Silva is going to take the checkered flag and get another victory, followed by Simon Allen. There he is. Diogo Silva takes the checkered flag, followed by Simon Allen, and Scott Davely completing the podium. And I think it's around 5 seconds between the top 3, which is pretty tight. Darren Head, the early leader, started from the front row, but then that spin really compromised his ambitions here. He finishes fourth, followed by Gonçalo Mota at number 5, doing a good job there, getting a top 5, and Jumbo is going to take 6th place. Very strong run, but that double spin really compromised his race as well. Nevertheless, he scores the 6th place. David Emge is going to be in 7th, I believe, and getting caught at the end by Kev Allen, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late. The last lap, Kev Allen was, look at this, 156.925. He was 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds, more like 2.5 seconds faster than David. But it's not only about lap time, it's about consistency, and David Emge clearly a more consistent driver today, as we see Kev Allen crossing the line. And this completes coverage of round 4 race 2. So round 4 race 1 is coming later in Darren Head's channel. Limited channel is going to cover this race 2, and also round 5 race 1 with Darren's channel, again hopefully covering the season finale. What a season finale it was. But it's everything for today, and we shall see you in the next replay. Thank you very much.